Look at your hands. Are they shaking? Good. That isn't passion. That is your body pulling the fire alarm. You think you met your soulmate because he texted back fast on a Tuesday? No. You met a hunter in the tall grass. You call it butterflies. But butterflies feel light. This feels heavy. This feels like you swallowed a brick. You need to understand the biological difference right now. Real safety is boring. It feels like a Sunday afternoon nap. It feels calm. What you are feeling right now, the spiked heart rate, the inability to eat, the constant adrenaline is not excitement. It is the fight-or-flight response of a prey animal realizing the exit is blocked. Your gut knows you are in danger, but your brain is lonely, so it is relabeling that panic as chemistry. It isn't chemistry. It is anxiety masquerading as romance. You are checking his last seen status for the 50th time this morning, trying to find a hidden message in the silence. That isn't love. That is surveillance. Replay the first date. Don't look at it through the rose-colored glasses of nostalgia. Look at it like a crime scene investigator. You didn't just get drinks. You handed him the cheat codes to your brain. You sat there, thinking you were being vulnerable, but you are actually giving him the ammunition he is using against you right now. You told him your dad was cold? Boom, now he is Mr. Sensitivity, holding eye contact just a little too long, making you feel like the only person in the universe. You told him your ex was lazy. Suddenly, he is pitching you his 5-year empire plan. He isn't connecting with you, he is data mining you. He takes your specific insecurities and builds a custom mask to cover them. He becomes the exact shape of the hole in your heart. If you feel chaotic, he becomes your anchor. If you feel bored, he becomes the adventure. It feels like destiny because it is a mirror trick. You aren't falling for him. You are falling for the reflection of yourself he is holding up. And because the reflection looks so much like the one, you never stop to ask why a stranger feels so familiar, so fast. Then, the drop. It always happens, and it is designed to make you question your sanity. The texts stop coming at 8 a.m. They come at 9 p.m. Or they don't come at all. When you ask, he hits you with work is crazy. It is a lie. If he wanted to, he would. Nobody is too busy to send a 10-second text. He is treating you like a limited edition sneaker drop manufacturing value by strangling the supply. And the terrifying part is that it works. You turn into a nervous intern, auditing your own behavior. You scroll back 3 weeks in the chat, analyzing punctuation, wondering if that one emoji was too much. You see him watching your stories while leaving you on read. That isn't an accident. That is a power move. He knows you are watching him watch you. He is letting you simmer in the silence because he knows that anxiety binds you to him tighter than love ever could. You start bargaining with yourself. Maybe he lost his phone. Maybe I am being too demanding. You are doing his work for him. You are working overtime for a boss who stopped paying you weeks ago. This is the Vegas effect. If a slot machine took your money every time, you would walk away. But this guy doesn't lose every time. He gives you a win just often enough to keep you seated. He ignores you for 5 days. That is the withdrawal. This is the part nobody talks about. The shame of it, you feel sick. You check the mirror and wonder if you are ugly. You lie to your friends and say things are great because you are too embarrassed to admit you are being ghosted by your boyfriend. You write angry paragraphs in your notes app that you are too scared to send because you don't want to be that girl. You settle for sending a funny meme, hoping it sparks a conversation without making you look needy. Then on Saturday, he shows up. Drinks, wine. He calls you babe. He touches your hair. Jackpot. The high is so good it erases the hell of the last 5 days. The relief washes over you like a drug. You tell yourself, see? He does love me. I was just overthinking. But listen to me. The guy who ignores you all week is the real him. The guy who brings wine on Saturday is just the apology. He is training you to accept crumbs and call it a feast. When you finally snap because you are human and you can only take so much neglect, watch his face. He doesn't apologize. He flips the table. He looks at you cool, collected and asks, "Are you off your meds? Or why are you always so dramatic?" He watches you cry with the boredom of a scientist watching a lab rat. He doesn't offer a tissue, he offers a judgment. This is called reactive abuse. He pokes you until you finally explode, and then he points at your explosion as proof that you are the crazy one. It is a magic trick. He convinces you that your reaction to the abuse is the problem, not the abuse itself. And the worst part, Ito works. You end up apologizing to him for bleeding on his knife. You beg for forgiveness because you broke the piece that he destroyed in the first place. You effectively outsource your sanity to the person who is driving you crazy. Stop calling it complicated. It isn't complicated. It is a psychological heist. He broke in, stole your self-esteem, stole your time, and left you with the bill. I know it hurts. I know you want to believe there is a misunderstanding. But the guy you are crying over, he doesn't exist. A is a ghost. A character played by an actor who already left the building. You are waiting for the season 1 finale where he has a breakthrough and realizes he loves you. Real life isn't Netflix. The show has been cancelled. You have to grieve him. Not the real man he was a nightmare, but the man you thought he was. Grieve the future you planned in your head. It is okay to be sad that the illusion is gone. But do not confuse grief with hope. There is no closure coming. There is no "I'm sorry" text that explains everything. There is only the block button. Use it. And when you do, keep it pressed. Do not look back at the explosion. So, you blocked him. You pressed the button. You think the war is over. No. The war has just moved battlefields from your phone screen to inside your own head. The first 72 hours are going to feel like a physical sickness. This isn't heartbreak. This is withdrawal. Your brain has been running on poison for months, and you just ripped the plug out of the wall. Now the silence is going to scream at you. It will feel heavy in the room. You will stare at the wall, waiting for a vibration that isn't coming. You will feel that phantom buzzing in your pocket. You will verify that your ringer is on, even though you know nobody called. You will bargain with yourself. You will think, maybe I should unblock him just to send one last message explaining why I am leaving so he learns his lesson. Maybe I was too harsh. I need closure. Stop. That is the addiction talking. That voice in your head is a junkie trying to convince you that one last hit is necessary to taper off. There is no tapering off a person who is toxic to your soul. You have to ride out the crash, straight through the floor. Sit on your hands if you have to. Give your phone to a friend and tell them not to give it back until morning. Do whatever it takes. Because if you crack that door open even an inch, he won't just walk in. He will kick it down and set the house on fire again. But let's say you can't block him yet. Maybe you share an office. Maybe you cope. If you must interact, you need a weapon. And it isn't anger. Anger is fuel. If you scream at him, he wins. Because he knows he still controls your emotional state. You cannot fight him with love, because he will weaponize your vulnerability. You fight him with boredom. This is how you win. You become a ghost in your own body. You become as interesting as a pile of unpolished gravel. When he tries to provoke you, and he will, you give him nothing. He texts you a paragraph blaming you for everything that went wrong. You reply, okay. He tries to bait you by talking about a new girl he is seeing. You say, that's nice. No eye rolling, no sighing, no long defenses explaining your side of the story. You kill the drama by starving it of oxygen. This is torture for a manipulator. He doesn't feed on love. He feeds on your reaction. He needs your tears, your rage, your confusion to feel powerful. When you turn off the tap, he will panic. He will cycle through every single mask in his collection. First, he will get meaner, trying to scare you. Then he will get sweeter, trying to charm you. He will try to be the victim. He will try to be the hero. But you stand there, unmoving, watching him dance like a jester. You look at him and realize how small he actually is. You are not playing hard to get. You are playing hard to exist. And a bored predator always moves on to easier prey. While he is starving, you rebuild the empire he dismantled. During the relationship, you stopped going to the gym because he made you feel guilty for taking time for yourself. You stopped seeing your friends because he didn't like them. That ends today. Go back to the gym. Not to get a revenge body for him to see, but to feel the iron in your hands, to feel strong. Reclaim the physical spaces he tainted. Did he ruin your favorite restaurant? Go back there alone. Sit at the table. Eat the food. Rewrite the memory in your head so that place belongs to you again. Reconnect with the friends you ghosted. They won't say "I told you so." They will just be glad you are back. Fill your calendar with so much activity that you literally do not have time to check his social media. You are crowding him out. You are reminding your brain that you are the main character, and he was just a bad casting choice for a supporting role that got written out of the script. But the moment you start looking happy, the moment you start glowing again, he will sense it. It is almost supernatural. He will pop up out of nowhere. A text at 11 p.m. I miss us. I've been doing a lot of thinking. I'm in therapy now. He might even send a gift to your job. This is not remorse. This is a desperation move. It is a final attempt to suck you back in before he loses control forever. He doesn't miss you. He misses the power he had over you. He misses having someone to punch down on. If you reply, even just to say "leave me alone," you have reset the clock to 0. You have shown him the door is still unlocked. You have given him the reaction he craved. Delete the text. Throw the gift in the trash. Do not acknowledge it. The only way to win is to not play. The opposite of love isn't hate. It is indifference. The goal isn't to be angry at him for the rest of your life. The goal is to reach a point where you hear his name and you feel nothing. No spike in heart rate, no anger. Just a vague recollection of a lesson you learned the hard way. You give yourself closure the moment you decide your peace of mind is more important than his ego. You didn't lose a soulmate. You lost a parasite. Keep that block button pressed. Treat it like a seatbelt. You don't take it off just because the crash stopped. You keep it on because you never know when the other driver is going to try to hit you again. The silence that follows won't be lonely forever. At first, it will feel empty. Yes, but that emptiness is space. Space for you to breathe. Space for you to heal. Space for someone real to walk in. You are safe now. The hunter is gone. You can sleep.